Hello everybody, Ben here, and today is how to build a model railway part 6, which is wagon kits. Wagon kits generally offer a cheaper alternative to normal wagons, as they are slightly cheaper as they are unpainted generally, and also have to be assembled, which means that they take longer and slightly harder to do than regular wagons, which you can just put on your layout straight away. And they also allow for different prototypes as well that may not be already available, and you also could try out weathering on them as first time if you're new to weathering. We might cover that later in this series. First off, we'll start with this Pecco 10-foot L&ER goods brake van. It's a pretty simple kit like all the Pecco ones that I'm building today, and they have a various other sort of wagon kits such as the 5-plank wagons I build later on in this video. It's a pretty simple one. It comes with a piece of paper which also has the instructions on, and we'll cover that later. It's pretty simple like I said, and it's all plastic with a bit of metal weight. Includes the white roof, which I would recommend painting. We might cover that later. Obviously the body, which is nicely detailed planking. Once again, the chassis looks very nice as well. And also the metal weight, which adds plenty of weight, as well as various other details like wheels and couplings. First off, you place the metal weight into the chassis and it sits nice and secure there. And then you open the bag full of the parts of couplings, nuts, and also the wheels. Once you've done that and managed to get it out of the bag, which is quite tough, I'll just be using my hands here though. Once you've got everything out, make sure nothing falls away, especially the nuts that secure the body and the chassis together, if they're quite important, and we'll cover that later. What you want to do is then simply place the couplings in their correct sort of coupling pockets, which then allows for the body to push down and then make sure they aren't floppy, and you can easily couple them to other wagons that you build or have already on your layout. So they're just flopping easily like that, and then it's pretty simply what you do next is get the body and put that onto the chassis. I found this one very difficult, as you can see here. I struggled for quite a long time. It's quite hard. Flipping around may help. I think in the end though with this it's just sort of, maybe it's an old, it needs sort of a redoing of the tooling, I don't know. It was definitely hard to do, but it was only this one that I had. I built 4, and out of this particular wagon was the only one I had problems with. After sanding down the body a bit, I managed to get it actually onto the chassis, and once you've done that it's pretty simple. So if you ever have a bit of trouble or problem getting the body onto the chassis, I'd recommend just sanding it down very gently, and then it might be able to fit. If not, you may have to do some serious modifications, but hopefully that shouldn't happen. Then I use this screwdriver with a different head that I have in this set I got. It does sometimes work, it sometimes doesn't, and sometimes you can actually snap the screw that is supposed to go on, which is a bit of a problem, but overall it shouldn't be too bad. If you do this though, it just simply needs to be glued on to the chassis, and then the body and the chassis should be nice and secure once you've glued the two together. And especially if you've got 2 of them, you'll definitely need to do that, and I had to do that with I think the brake van. I had to do that. Here's a quick time lapse of me building another wagon, which is a 5-plank mineral wagon from the same manufacturer, Pecco. Once again, it's very simple. You just simply put the couplings in easily, add the metal weight, and then add the body in. This time, as you can see, it's a lot easier to attach it on. You just push down very hard and it'll fit on. Be careful not to break it though. And then this time I was able to easily grab it. So I don't know why, but that brake van kit was very hard to make for some reason. But generally they aren't like this, and these ones here are much easier, as you can see. Although I did have a bit of trouble of actually getting the screws onto the thread still, but overall it still is pretty easy. Once you've finished adding the nuts, it's easy then to put the wheels into the place in their axles, and then once you've done that it's relatively easy to simply pop them in, and then they just fit easily on and they're able to roll along the track, and you can easily roll them along. There you are, all assembled, those 3 of the wagons that I also built, and they're nice and simple to roll along, as you can see here. Compared to a normal wagon that is ready to run, there is really no difference, as you can see. They all both roll along very similarly and very freely, and there's really no difference. And now you can see adding them all together in a long range does create a very nice looking train, if I'm honest. And for £4.50 each, these aren't bad, and compared to the £7 I paid for the ready to run one, there definitely is no complaint from me. Obviously there are more complicated loco or coach or even wagon kits again, but overall I might give a go at, say, building a slightly complicated wagon kit, or even a coach or loco if you really want me to. If you want me to do one of those, leave me a comment down below. And also you can try weathering or adding guards or painting various repaintings to wagons as well with these, because they're relatively cheap and won't cause any problem if you don't do it as good, because you haven't wasted all your money. I hope you enjoyed this video by me. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below some video ideas or feedback. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.